Hello, thanks for joining me. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. This week we're doing a series. I'm doing a series of videos on Dr. Torsten Slok's U.S. Housing Outlook for March 2025. Today's day 3 of 5, and today I'm going to talk about housing supply. But as you know, in looking at this U.S. Housing Outlook report, it's 123 slides of just charts and graphs that explain the current situation in the housing market. And it's absolutely instrumental for people like you and I, real estate agents, loan officers, mortgage professionals, to kind of have a basic understanding of this data. And there's no easier place to get it than in this monthly housing outlook. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the status of the housing supply. We're going to talk about inventory. We're going to talk about housing starts. We're going to talk about builder standing inventory. Some housing mobility trends, and average household size. And we'll just use the actual slides from the presentation, and we can look at what's important and what's not important. So here's the outlook. I have it set to the housing supply section. That gets us to the number of newly listed homes, which is much lower than normal. We know that. Here we are, we're over here. Housing supply is low. Residential new listings remain low. We know that. Next is, let's see if I can't do this the easier way. The next one is, give me 1 second here. The next one, residential investment as a share of real GDP is close to all-time lows at 3.3%. That just means fewer people are investing in homes because they don't pencil out. That's fine. Housing starts are slowly starting to rebound. Of course, they fell last month, but they're slowly starting to rebound. You can see single-family housing starts versus multi-family starts. Home builder confidence correlated with residential investments. You can see nothing big there. A very high level of new housing units authorized but not started. Now, this is an important slide, everybody. So builders, their sentiment's down. They've slowed down housing starts, but they're sitting on record levels of units ready to go. And so there's this giant, supply out there that is just waiting for the economics to change. Right now, builders are some of the most narrow margins that they've been. Lennar has dropped, I think, 18% last quarter. Some of the other big builders are right at 21%. That's pretty thin margins. So they're slowing their roll, waiting for the market to recover, and then they're going to go to town with all these lots that they have ready to go. I think this is a great slide right here. If you're doing a builder presentation, this would be a great slide to show your builder presentation to let them know you kind of got a grasp what they're doing. Number of new houses for sale. You can see, sorry about that. Number of new houses for sale. You can see the different things. Under construction, not started, completed units. This is for new houses. This is how the inventory breaks down in thousands of units, right? Not started, this blue line, there's about 100,000 units. See this red line? This red line says that, look, there's about 147,000 standing inventory new constructions. That's giving builders the willies. They don't like that at all. So I love this slide. Once again, if you were doing, a home buyer seminar explaining the opportunity in new homes, or if you were pitching builders, or if you were doing, lunch and learn for real estate agents, this is really great information to give people basic information on the market. Some disconnect between housing under construction and new homes sold. What this is, the difference in this, the green line is under construction, the yellow line is home sold. That generally is a reflection of standing inventory. That's what this is, a chart's kind of showing. All right, multifamily delinquencies rising. That's really still small. Nothing really to worry about. Something to follow, but don't worry about. Multifamily units authorized going down, and single-family units authorized moving sideways. That just says new permits. They're not really seeing a lot of growth there right now. Housing starts high despite low affordability. I think housing starts are kind of low, but nevertheless. Structural decline in the share of U.S. population moving to a new address. We've addressed that before in our videos. Fewer people are moving every year, and renters are staying in place far longer. Something like 18%, 18.7% of renters now stayed in place for over 10 years. And almost 37% of renters have stayed in place over 5 years or more. So people are just moving less. Same thing with homeowners. Homeowners are moving less. They move every 10 years now. During the peak of the pre-Great Financial Recession, it was like every 6 years. So you saw this, and this is not renters just moving, to homes. It's also to apartments. They're just not moving that much. So that's really kind of changed the whole housing formation and demand formation. Investor share of home purchases still elevated. It's at 16%. Steady growth in employment in residential construction. We saw the dip here during the coming out of the pandemic, where there just wasn't any labor to be had as we were fighting for laborers. But now it's picking up, and I think you're going to continue to see that pick up. The biggest increase in non-residential construction has been in manufacturing. Manufacturing has been a boom to construction, and when builders have to compete with new home builders have to compete for labor, tradesmen, skillsmen against the same people building manufacturing or building hotels or building apartments. And manufacturing, think of all these data centers. That's where they're really driving manufacturing right now. And so that's that creates inflation pressure because builders have to compete for those workers. And so that's kind of an important number. It's a good thing to look at. This is a very interesting phenomenon. I've covered a whole bunch of time. This is true around the world. The United States isn't the worst, but the average family size in the U.S. has declined from 3.3 to 2.5. That's a significant decline, really significant, and it's continuing to decline. It has not flatlined, as you can see. And even though, so as the amount of people in a family are shrinking, U.S. homes are finally starting to get smaller too. And what's driving them isn't the smaller family size. What's driving the smaller home is affordability. Builders are cutting down the square foot of the houses and the lots, the amenities that make houses more affordable, which is why houses are now the same price as existing inventory. So that's the U.S. housing outlook from Dr. Slok. The housing supply section. I highly encourage you to follow Dr. Slok, sign up for his daily newsletter, the Daily Spark. I'm going to put a link to this PDF report in the notes down below. And this is day 3 of 5. I hope you get a lot out of it. I hope you're taking my encouragement to check this out and use it in your presentations, use it to help financial literacy both in our industry and for our clients. I just saw that I had my socials listed there. I'm doing a daily LinkedIn post on this U.S. Outlook report. Check out my LinkedIn. With that, come back tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope you get a lot out of that. I look forward to talking to you again soon.